right, positive energy all the time. Good to see you. Hope you had a great day. You know how we do on our regularly scheduled program. Rep your city. I am representing Chicago, Illinois. Shout out to everybody on Kick, Facebook, Twitch, YouTube, and my other Facebook account. We have the beautiful and gorgeous Nicole over here representing Woodbridge, Virginia. More power representing San Jose. Rep your city, rep your city. I know I haven't been here in a while, as Pharaoh said that, since I've been representing the news during this war. So I've been doing a lot of news. We got New Jersey in the building. A lot of South Carolina. Okay, rep your city, rep your city. Rep your city. Okay. Put my tack clip on. Keep it gangster, dog. Keep it gangster. All right. Here we go. I got so many conversations built up. I had this bright idea. I said, I'm going to do the news. I'm thinking I'm going to do the news every now and then when something interesting come up, not all the news, and a war breaks out. A war breaks out. Can you believe that? So I end up having to be a real newsman. But now I get to do my Pharaoh said that thing. And tonight I'm talking about alimony. Alimony has ruined marriage. Ruined it. Ruined it. The same way child support and the lack of supporting your children has ruined pregnancy. Because there's too many men who want to get women pregnant and don't want to take care of the baby. And too many women want to have a baby just to get child support. So we're going to talk about that. Run those likes up, share, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and support the channel. You know how we do. For sure. Run those likes up. Share, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. Support the channel. Super Chat, CashApp, Venmo, and PayPal. Good to see you, Alden. Salute, salute, my brother. New Jersey is in the building. Alden is keeping it dapper, keeping it professional as always, how he do. Ladies, y'all need to try to see if some of these brothers are single and ready to mingle. So, I was watching something about Michael Jordan, and it was like Jordan was left some money for his children, and he left a lot of money, $30 million for this one, $100 million for the one he feel like gonna really take care of business. All his children, he left them some millions. But his last wife, he left her $2 million. I think she get $2 million a year or something like that. He didn't give her a lot of money up front, but he gave a lot of money to his children. Now, I was talking to a young lady, and she didn't like that, but like I told her, He married her later in life. So what he's trying to do as an older man, it wasn't about the ladies, it was about making sure that his children would have something for the grandbabies. And she said, "Oh, yeah." I said, "Yeah, for the grandbabies." Because the wife, she's probably going to get the mansion, the cars, the jewelry, and his wife probably already got 100 million. She probably already got 100 million. So he's like, "Babe, I'll give you a little 2 million so you don't mess up the money you got." But his current wife, I'm sure she got millions, okay? I'm sure she got 50 to 100 million easily, if not 200 million. She probably has businesses that we don't know nothing about. So, I had to tell a young lady, he wasn't disrespecting his wife. His wife is set. His last wife is set for life. You can only imagine how much money she got already. So he just gave her some money to make sure the money she got, she don't have to mess it up. She can live off of that 2 million. I think it's 2 million a year or whatever. Or it might be 2 million period, because I'm sure she got money. She said, "Oh yeah, you got a point there." That lady got lots of money. So he I try to look out for his children and stuff like that. And it was a brother there, so we got to conversating, and he started talking about his situation with his baby mama and how his baby mama is just ruining him with the child support, even though he do for his kids. He said, "I do for my kids, but the money I do for my kids, she want to get more money so she could use it up." He like, the money that she getting for child support is not for my children. She said it's for her. She said the children not really benefiting off that money like that. She taking trips and she messing the money up. He says actually child support is making it worse for the children because she doing all right, and she leaving the children a lot, blowing that money. He said, "Fro, she taking the money and being a worse mom." So then the other brother said, "That ain't nothing. You better be glad you're not paying alimony." Right? He said, "You better be glad you're not paying alimony." He says his ex-wife is robbing him on the alimony. And they were both saying in some cases, if you remarried, the court wants your wife to help pay this stuff. I said, "Are you serious?" I don't know if that's true, but that's what they told me. They said the wives end up having to help the husbands pay it. It ain't even their children. I said, "Are you serious?" Now I got 6 children. I never had to pay any child support because I wasn't with these new modern day gold diggers. And, I took care of my children even though I wasn't with the mother. But a lot of these women nowadays, that money that I was given to take care of my children, they would have wanted more than that. And a lot of times, because you're in a new relationship, it ain't even about the money. It's about trying to make you miserable since you're not with her. So since you're not with her, she wants to hit you for the high alimony or the high child support like that. But that gold digger mentality for child support and alimony has hurt the young women because men don't want to get married. They look at marriage as a loss in money. A good 85% or 80% of men that aren't married is because they look at marriage as an economical drain. And they don't look at being with a woman as a benefit. They look at it as draining. They look at it as so much money out their pocket. And unfortunately, a lot of women are like that. They feel if you don't have a certain amount of money, you can't be with them. I look around Hollywood. I look at some of these upscale women that's charging all this money, and they get with these men for the money, and you see them 10 years, 15 years later, they broke, they dusty. I mean, they still try to look good, but nobody wants them. That attractiveness, I mean, eventually you're going to still just be regular. Look at Vivica Fox. She went and started doing all types of stuff to her face and everything, messed herself up. So I wanted to talk about that because I believe women have scared men away. I don't think men trust women. I can honestly say, you know, if you got a lot of money coming in, because people get jealous of money, and when you got money, even your wife will become jealous of your success and try to live based off how you're living. Feel like she's entitled. Are you at the gym shooting the basketball? You the NBA player, but she wants to match your lifestyle. I look at these NBA players. I look at these rappers. I ain't trying to disassociate, but the Dirk's ex. They broke up. She went with this rapper. Then next to she's with this rapper. She's all over the place. And now she's mad because people is talking about her on social media when she put her business out there like that. You the one let everybody see you sleeping with everybody. Now you gonna get mad because some brothers are speaking on it. I ain't gonna say your name. Y'all know who she is. Tacky. And this is destroying the black community. I don't know about other communities, but the black community is being destroyed because of these relationship situations. Destroyed. Unless we get a miracle, this young generation is going to be doomed. I've never seen so many weak men in my life. This is the weakest generation of black men in American history. What kind of man ain't got no babies? Because he can't control his queen. Got no babies. You say you've been in 3 relationships, and even though I was never married to either of them, they still set me back in debt. How? How did you have children by them? I mean, how did they get in your pockets? Because you gotta let them get in your pocket. They can't get in your pocket. They never tried to save, so you had to cover all the expenses. Is that what you're saying, Kushai Selassie? They never saved no money and you had to cover all the expenses? I'm an entrepreneur. I had my dreadlocks since 1978. A lot of people wouldn't hire me, so I always got to work for myself. So I always have to have a queen that's getting some money. She's got to get money. If she ain't getting the money, I can't be with her. She don't have to have a lot of money, but she got to get money. The relationships where you get with a girl and she's just a regular girl and you just dating and you meet her and she just cute and she don't really got no job. You know, a lot of times when you deal with these conscious sisters, you know, she got the little bangles on and she trying to sell some oils or some incense or something, but she don't got no steady income. That's a no-no. That's a no-no. She's got to be a nurse. She's got to have a job. She's got to bring something to the table. She's got to bring something to the table, and he has to bring something to the table. She can't be dating down either. She can't be dealing with nobody that's all over the place, you know. She with this dude, he's all over the place. He's don't have no steady mind to try to get some steady income some kind of way. Because women will help you, but you got to take her help and make something out of it. She'll help you, but you got to have some get up and go. Yeah, it takes teamwork. You got to have some get up and go. And in most cases with young brothers, when they with women that's really not bringing in no money, right, it's because they don't have themselves together. And so if a brother's struggling, you know, trying to make $1 out of 15 cents, cool. But he's not going to be able, he's not going to have what it takes to get with an economic queen because he don't have his own economics together. But when a brother's a go-getter, automatically he's not going to date somebody's not a go-getter because birds of a feather flock together. So a lot of times, brothers, the reason you end up with a woman that wasn't helping you economic because you wasn't on your square. You wasn't economic. That's why she was even attracted. Because if you ain't getting no money, you ain't cute. You know what I'm saying? If you ain't getting no money, you're not cute like that. I'm not into no woman that I can't see no type of serious relationship or no type of economics or no type of family. And so for me, That's what dating is for. Because when I date you, that's when I'm determining what's happening. And sex ain't going to get it. Sex is not going to get it. And this is where a lot of people make a mistake, because they have sex and then they think they in love, but they just stuck on the sex. But I mean, the sex is not appealing like that. Every woman got something between her legs. You could get, I mean, like, and so the men make a lot of mistakes because and the women too, anytime you don't try to pick an equal, you get married, you're looking for an equal. You don't have to be exactly alike, but you're looking for an equal. Right? So I might be with a woman, she might make more money than me. I've had times in my life where a woman might make more money than me, but not by much. But I'm an equal because every time she's working and she get home, I'm working. I'm always working. I'm always trying to get the bag because I'm an entrepreneur. So that's why they like it, because they might work and they get their check, but they know I'm trying to strike 100,000, 200,000. And to be a hustler, you got to work. So a lot of brothers, they hustle, but they don't hustle right. Their hustle is lazy. They have a lazy hustle. See, if you live somewhere and this is the money available, and I live somewhere and this the money is available, then you ask me why I don't want to move where you at. Ain't no money where you at. You know there's no money where you at, and I know there's no money where you at. There is no money where you live. You live in an area where people do without. They're not getting no money. And the ones that are getting money, there's a clear difference. You don't have all the different levels like you have in Chicago. You got this, you got half of this, you got all of this, you got a whole row, you got all of it. But in some places, you just have the haves and the haves not. There is no way to get any money. Because I have people ask me, would I move there? No, there's no money. There's no population. There's nobody to sell to. Who? You ever been to one of these small cities? You ever been to one of these cities? And no money. There's no money there, but the economy is there. If you can't figure out how to make the money off of that economy, or make the money off of some economy that's nationwide that you can work for, but you're working for a nationwide company, like an Amazon or something, and a good position too, because there's a small position you could get laid off. And so if there you can't get blood out of a turnip. So you can't get money if there's no money there. Because people ask me why you live in Chicago. I live in a city where I could put on some overalls, some gloves, I can get some tire cleaner, and I can go out and I can make $500 a day just cleaning people's tires on their wheels on their rides. I can make 500. Why? It's a whole bunch of people. It's a whole bunch of people. And I can go to a safe gas station, pull up, hey, I clean your tires for you, I clean your windshield for you, $5. I do your tires for you, $25. I clean all four of them. Take the stuff. Let me do one and show you what it's going to look like. I mean, you might as well do them all now. 25. I tell you what, man, do them for me for 15. I'll be back. Give me the 15. I'm going to do it. Because every time you come up there, next time you're going to give me the 25. I can get a car. I can get on the website, roadside assistance. I can have everything in the car to change a tire, fix a flat, to fix a flat. I can have everything in the car to help you when you get a flat tire. In a big city like this, I make too much money. I be getting calls all day. So one of your biggest mistake was dating lazy women. I mean, I ain't trying to be disrespectful. That was a reflection of you. You wasn't getting the money the way you're supposed to. So you dated down. You was a little down and you dated further down. If you would have been moving up, they wouldn't have made it. You were stagnant. That's where you made your mistake at, Kushite Selassie. A lot of like the rosters or a lot of brothers like that, they just like to be stagnant. They'll just be right there, and they was cool. When I went to LA, there was a group called the King's Chamber, and they used to sell incense. And I had incense, but OG taught me how to make my own incense. So once I started getting to making my own incense, first we started selling the ones we had. They said, well, black man, y'all can go out here and sell your incense, but you can't go where nobody else is selling that. And so OG and Amin Ron, all of them, they would go in front of Boys Market and sell their incense. So me and my brethren Kepper, we got to try to find a Boys Market. In LA, we want to get away from over the way they at, so nobody can say we're in the air. We want to go to another part of town. We just got there from Chicago, so we don't know where we're going. We just going to ride a bus till we see a Boys Market and go sell there. But all the buses stop downtown LA, and then you got to transfer to get a bus to go somewhere else. So the bus took us downtown LA, and we got off. And now we're walking. We got to catch another bus that's going to take us like to a black neighborhood, but we got to walk downtown. So as we walk it, I pulled out the body oils and the incense, and people started buying it right downtown LA. So we sold a bunch of incense and body oil downtown LA. So when we got back to the little spot with the rosters, they would get together, everybody put some money together and get avocados, make avocado sandwiches. They was cool with just making their little money for the day, getting their little avocado sandwiches, getting their little money for their little herb. They was cool with that. So when we got back, the brother's like, yeah, I had a good day. I made $37. The other brother said, I had a good day. I made $17. I had a good day. I had $40-some. So they asked me and my brother, like, Chicago, how much y'all made? We're like, man, we made $400. I think it was $400-some. They said $400-something. Where y'all selling that? We're like, we selling downtown. So we started going downtown. My queen, she's selling $200 worth of incense every day to $250. Me and my brethren, we selling $300 between us, anywhere from $250 to $300. So we making $450 to $550 every day, 6 days a week. And this is in the 80s, selling incense. And everybody wants to buy them at lunchtime and after work. You think we were some lazy rosters? Every day, we was downtown on time by 11:30 every day, 6 days a week. That's where we made the money. Because a lot of brethren, They ain't gonna go. They gonna go when they feel like it. They gonna go today. They gonna make the 200. They gonna lag around. No, not us. Every day, Monday through Saturday, we was downtown. Every day. Now they sell the incense oil in these little bottles where you get like a little pint. No, we was getting a big, looked like a gas can, the plastic jar that looked like shaped like a gas can. We was getting 5, 10 of them. Boxes of sticks. They was going to the little brother in the hood, get 2 bundles of sticks. We was going to the Chinese, getting boxes. So we was making thousands. I'm saying all that to say, my queen was out there getting it. She was making more than us because she was a lady and people approach lady more. So if I sell 125, she's selling 200, 250, 300 every day because she was a female. Y'all think she could have stayed at home? Hell no, I would have dumped her. If she wasn't going to get out there and get money like us, she wouldn't have made it. That's the point I'm making. That I had a standard already. So anytime you with a woman and she ain't on nothing, that's because your standard too low. Your standard was too low. She's seen that the standard was low. Because there ain't no way she would have been acceptable if your standards was high. If you was really grinding out. So you young brothers, you listen, I ain't trying to dish y'all. I'm giving you real knowledge. Ladies too. You can't let a man come in with a lower standard. And we talk about work standard, not earn, work. Because work gonna turn into money. When you get a man and he work hard, that's gonna turn into money. Depending on if he wants money. Because you can get a man that work hard but still don't want no money. So he'll go to this little trash job every day and just be happy with those pennies. You don't want him. And you want somebody that's trying to really get some money that's not going to really be happy with that. Like, oh, I got to get more than this. This not going to get it. But the women have messed themselves up because the men that's getting money, now they looking at women as a minus. They looking at the women like, well, if I get with her, she gonna take money. If I get her pregnant, she gonna get me for child support. She gonna take my money. She's gonna take my money. That's how women are looked at today. They're looked at as a loss of money. Period. That's how they looked at it. Alimony and child support and all that has ruined it. Has ruined marriage, has ruined relationships because men are scared of women now economically. The only man they can get is a bum. The bum ain't got nothing for you to take. But a man that's got nice things and making money, he's afraid a woman's going to try to take it. That's what's going on in relationships today. I talk to a lot of young brothers and I say, you ain't got no kids? No. You know why they don't have no children? Child support. They feel like the woman going to rob them. You mix that with so many irresponsible men that will leave her with a baby, You can't say it's the women's fault or the men, because there's men that will get you pregnant and won't do nothing. So it's a ball of confusion. You can't say, oh, women shouldn't be taking men for child support. If they don't, he won't give her a dime. There's men that'll go out there and get a woman pregnant. He'll have nice cars, nice clothes, everything. He won't give her a quarter for the baby. Not a quarter. He'd rather buy 3 pair of Jordans and won't buy his children nothing. And that attitude forced women to try to get child support. Because a man that gets you pregnant and leave you and make a lot of money and give it to his new girlfriend that ain't got no baby, won't feed the baby, won't take care of the children or nothing. These deadbeat dads. Alimony. Alimony was started because a lot of white men would be doctors and stuff like that, making a lot of money. And their wife would be the housewife. So she lived good because he lived there. And these white men would leave their wife, and now she's flat broke. She don't have nothing. So the court system say, listen, you can't marry this woman, be a doctor, make all this money, and decide you want to marry somebody else and leave her broke with the children, or just broke, period. You have to pay her because she was with you when you made so much money, which is absolutely correct. You can't get with a woman and her lifestyle is based off of your money, and then you all of a sudden don't want to give her no money because you don't like her no more, but her lifestyle is already set based off of your money. So they had to start making these white men pay alimony. That's what it started with. Like, no, you can't just bounce around and be rich from woman to woman to woman and leave these women destitute. You got to take care of her. You got to keep her in the same type of lifestyle she already had. You understand? So now when you start talking about good men making good money should be afraid, this is a good man, ain't going to have no babies, ain't going to have no offspring. His money going to be worthless anyway because he ain't going to have no offspring to pass it down to. He's working for nothing. So that it's a lose-lose. I don't care how much money you got. I don't care what you're doing. If you ain't got no children, when your ass get 40, 50 years old, you're going to be trying to have some children. That's when you're going to realize you effed up. That's when you're going to realize you ain't got no offspring. You ain't got nothing. That's what this these brothers ain't got no babies. I'm telling you, I've never seen nothing like it before in my life. These young brothers ain't got no damn children. I mean, none. 35 years old, not a baby nowhere. 40 years old, no baby. Not a baby nowhere. You're trading a lose for a lose. You feel like if you get with her, so your child support, you're going to lose. But if you don't have no children, you're losing anyway. You a loser. You live your whole life, you ain't got no sons, you ain't got no daughters. You don't have no life. You don't have no life. That material stuff you chasing ain't better than no children. So it's turned to be a big old mess. Our brothers say, well, they're going to mess me up economically. Hey, listen, don't talk to me about economics. Because any race that don't have no babies is going to be economically broke, period. You're not going to have any money as a race. People, no money. Prove me wrong. If there's no people in the store, is there a store? No. There's no business without people. There's no customers without people. There's nobody to run the business without people. So if you're black in a black community and all these brothers don't have no babies and you want to go in business, who the hell are you going to sell to? When I was a kid, we was the baby boomers. The candy lady was making a bank. She was making more money than some of y'all make on a good job. Just the candy store. Why? There was children. Children were customers. The ice cream man made money. The candy store made money. Children's clothes, money. Diapers, money. Money, money. So now when you don't have no babies, you don't have no economy. What you going to sell and what you going to sell it to? These younger black men, what are they, 30s, 40s? When they get money, they're going to be broke. I don't care how much money they get now. All them business going to flop. They ain't got no customers. They ain't got no children. Who going to buy? Where you going to make money? You don't got no people. You don't have no people. You're going to go broke. All that money that the baby boomers, my daddy and them, all that money they brought to the black community, tell me I'm lying. Look at the black community now. Black folks ain't got them, all them neighborhoods like that, all that housing like that, all them nice, they don't got that no more because they don't got no people. No, we ain't got no babies. Ain't nobody got no babies. You try to tell jokes. You try to tell jokes, but I'll take your money though. I'll definitely take your money. You wouldn't want to bet me on that. I'd take your money. Ain't nobody got no babies. You just trying to tell jokes. You just trying to tell jokes. Ain't nobody got no babies. Nobody. That's a fact. Starting with my youngest daughter, when she went outside, she was the only girl out. There was only 3 kids outside. Ain't no kids outside, bro. Stop playing. Ain't no kids outside. The schools closed because you didn't have enough people to go to the schools. You know how many empty schools they got in Chicago now? You know why they empty? They ain't got no kids. They ain't got no kids. There are no children. That's why you don't hear the ice cream truck. Scoop Ballin is just trying to be a comedian. But I would take his money. I got $1,000. If I come to his neighborhood, you won't see no children. None. 2 or 3. I got $1,000. I come to this neighborhood on Halloween. There will not be no children trick or treat. I got 1,000 cash, 10,000. I got $10,000 that wherever he lives, you will not see children trick or treating on Halloween. To the point, ain't nobody even giving out candy because ain't nobody coming to get it. Toys R Us closed. Christmas, no such thing. Who believe Christmas now is popping like Christmas? Christmas is dead because there's no children. Do you see children's toys being sold for Christmas on TV? No. No. When you go to the basketball court, ain't nobody up there but the same gangbanging losers. Nobody's playing baseball. They can't put a baseball team together. There's no black neighborhood where on their own they can find 9 people on one street and 9 people on kids on the street to play baseball like we used to. When you go to the basketball court, when I used to go to the basketball court, there was people on the side. I got next. Go to the basketball court. Ain't nobody got next because there ain't nobody there. They playing 2-on-2. They ain't playing no 5-on-5. Man, listen. Go to any black community to the park. They not playing 5-on-5 with people waiting for the next game. The parks are dead. Dead. No swings, no sliding boards. You go in any black community, you don't hear no children playing. None. I'd really be outside. And I got no children. And the lack of having children slows down your ability to be a father. So most of these dudes, 40 years old, they like teenagers. You can't even be around. They goofy as hell. 40 years old. Slower than a 16-year-old used to be. I swear to God. These dudes like late 20s, 30s, 40s, man, they mentally are. I swear to God. On everything I love, you can barely meet a mature 30 or 40-year-old black man. I swear to God. Dude, 37 years old in the club with his pants down, some change on, some liquor. Nobody dancing with the girls. The dude standing over there in the club with a bunch of dudes. The girls is, it ain't like the dudes don't dance with the girls or nothing. Dude, 39 years old in the club. Where his kids at? What daddy you know from the 60s and 70s that's at the club? You tell me. Not really. Down south got kids compared to Chicago, but not compared to down south. Down south ain't down south. No, down south that fell off. The fact you say a lot of kids just proved my point. Ain't nobody got no kids down there either. What, 2? Down south, they used to have 15, 10, 7, 8. They ain't got no kids like that down there. They got a couple babies. They ain't got no babies down there. These young people, a lot of these young brothers and sisters, they LGBTQ. Like a lot of the dudes is in the closet. That's why they ain't talking to no girl. That's why they stand around the homies. They don't got no, man, listen. The schools is empty. The schools, they can barely find nobody to go to the schools. The population is down. Marriage is at all-time low. And the new men, they think what they want to do is sleep behind somebody. That's the new thing. To go up in a woman after somebody else. They don't got their own woman. Every woman they get been ran through. They just pass them around. He with her. As soon as she break up with him, he go get her. Then when she break up with him, he go get her. That's the young generation. And the young brothers, they actually believe that if I got a woman and break up and they get with her, they believe they winning sleeping behind me. They really believe they did something. They say they F my B. I'm like, that's not my B. She a B because she with you when you a buster. She was a queen when she was with me. You effing a B because you's a buster. You're not a king. Kings don't sleep with bees. You's a buster. You're not that. You're a lame. You one of the reasons STDs is everywhere. Basically. Because you running around sleeping with everybody and her. This is what we got going on. But we got some decent men that could be good husbands and stuff, but they scared because of alimony and child support. Because you got women that would get with you and get pregnant just to take your money. She didn't even really want a baby. Real gold diggers. You don't know who really love you and have a baby and who's having your baby to rob you. And then if she loves you and have your baby and you break up, she going to be vindictive. So she going to try to hurt you by getting alimony or child support. She going to try to make you miserable as much as she can. I've seen so many women, the only reason they get child support, they trying to make their baby daddy miserable. They ain't really doing it to take care of the kid. They doing it for revenge. And a lot of them know it ain't even his baby. More and more and more, these men are going back and doing DNA tests to find out that little Sharon that he been taking care of for 7 years, that ain't even his baby. She went and got child support. It should be illegal to charge me child support without a DNA test. That should be mandatory. A woman should not be able to come in there and say, this is his baby without having to prove it. That should be illegal. You can't just say it's my baby. You got to take a DNA. That no child support should be awarded without a DNA test. And if they awarded a woman child support without a DNA test, you should sue the state. And I guarantee if enough men sue the state, the federal government going to uphold it. And the state going to have to pay. Because it's a state responsibility. If the state make me pay child support, then the state should be responsible to make sure I'm paying it legitimately. The same way the state want to get on my case for being the daddy, the state need to get on her case to make sure I am the daddy. But that's a whole nother video. Yeah, there ain't no kids out there. Ain't nobody at the park. Go to Alabama, Mississippi, go anywhere. I don't got no, my children ain't got no lot of cousins like I had. When I used to go to Alabama, you know how many cousins I had? When we used to go to family function, how many children was there? When we used to go to family function, it was mamas and daddies and children. Yeah, there's way too many cases because the state ain't doing their job. They should be sued. They should be sued because they're making you pay child support without no proof it's your child. That's malpractice. Basically, you the justice system, you're supposed to be responsible for justice. That's a state. All those states should be sued. They should be sued. But all of this problem with money is scaring away the men. The women, the ones going to lose. The women are losing. They're not going to be able to find a husband. They're not going. Nobody's going to want to put a baby in them. She's going to have to take some type of birth control. No man's going to want to get them pregnant. No man's going to want to marry them. These young men don't want to get married. They don't. No. Because they look at the marriage is over before it started. Now with the young man, women just look like a bird, look like they're just going to take money out your pocket. That's what they look like. I feel sorry for the young brothers. I mean, if I was a young brother now and know what I know, before I do anything with you, you're going to have to sign a contract. That's going to be the future contract. The man going to have to sign one and the woman going to have to sign one. The man and the woman going to sign a contract to make sure he take care of his baby. He's signing it to say he's going to take care of his baby. And she's signing it saying she's not going to overcharge him. That she's going to charge him a respectful amount for child support. And he going to take care of his baby. Because I can't hate on the women that want to get child support with all these bum dudes. I mean, these the bummest dudes in the history of black culture. The younger black men now coming up, they the worst black men in black American culture. They're horrible. They're the worst. I ain't lying. Any hustler in the street will tell you. Nobody wanted to put them in the crew and work with them. You know, a lot of these older crews and older brothers that got things going on, get money, they will not bring in no YN. Hell no. We rather just finish what we're doing and retire. We don't want to be bothered with them. I know men that got a lot of money in the streets. None of their sons worth a nickel or their daughters. I mean worth nothing. Daddy been having money. They could get anything they want. And you know what they did? Nothing. 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 All the ballers and stuff we have, why you think you don't see the next generation? Because the next generation is a bunch of losers. Yeah, it's mostly grown people. You ain't got no kids. And the younger brothers, they the worst ever. You can't build no crew. You can't pass nothing down. They can't do it. They can't do it. They got the men is feminine. They got all type of some like girls. Something's always wrong. Always. It's just something always with them. You can't get nothing done. That's why the violence is up. They just don't like, they just don't like each other. For no reason. How old are you? How old are you? Look what he said. It's not the man's place to be playing house for them kids. You see what I'm talking about? Perfect example. Now, what the hell I got to do with anything I'm talking about? Now, who would want to marry him? See? See? 21. Look at it. Look what he wrote. Ain't got nothing to do with nothing I said. Just look. Now, what woman want to marry him? Look what he said. Who said anything about playing house with some kids? And I just say, and he's still a kid. He a kid. He is a kid. 7, 14, 21. He won't be full grown until he's 28 to 35. He's a kid. He's a high school kid. 21 years old. Tomorrow. He don't want to be playing house for them kids. 21 years old. And every time he come over here, you can tell he's 21 years old. But stay on over here, Green, so you can learn something. I don't want you to go away because you definitely need help. I got love for you, but, bruh, nobody wants to hear no 20-year-old talking about how to raise no kids. Shut your ass up and go get some type of profession. We don't want, you cannot tell me nothing about kids, bruh. Okay? You can't tell me nothing about raising no kids. You're 21. You're a baby. Stay in a baby's place. Because that was childish. Like, it's not the man's place to be playing house for them kids. What do you mean playing house? What does he mean by playing house? Like, what is he talking about playing house? He said it's not the man's place to raise his son? He calls that playing house. So that's what your daddy was doing with you? Your daddy was playing house? That ain't what I asked you. You didn't say that. You didn't say that. Let's take a break. I'm not going to waste a lot of time with you, but you need to keep watching for sure. For sure. So he basically said that our grandparents, our great-grandparents, those of us that had parents, he said my father was playing house. What he just said. He said my father was playing house. That's basically what he said. I don't even think he know what he said. He's basically said that my father, when he was raising me, he was playing house. You can't make this. That's what he said. He called it playing house. He said my daddy and my mama, when they was raising me, he said my daddy was playing house. That's what he called it. When obviously my father was better than his. Obviously. He said he don't have time. That's what he said. He called it playing house. You heard it. That's what he called it. Here go my daddy playing house. That's what he called this. My daddy, bus driver, working to take care of his family, to raise me and my sister. He said this man was playing house. That's what he said. He don't even know what he's saying. You make it make sense. And he said all them years from there to here, he said my daddy was playing house. There go my mother, my father, me, and my sister. He said this is playing house. That's what he called raising a family. You know what I'm saying? He called this playing house. He said he ain't got no time. He said all my mama wanted was money. That's what he said. He said all my mama wanted was money. And my mother and father stayed together till my mother passed away from cancer, and then he passed away. He said they was playing. That all my mother wanted was money. He said all his mama wanted was money. And he's saying that his daddy was playing house, although we don't know if his daddy was in the house. And he's 21, so I got respect for him. But I'm showing you, see, no home training, no respect for the family, no respect for the children, no respect for the men or the women. He showed total no respect for the black family. He called them kids. That's what he just called me and my sister. He said my daddy shouldn't have had no time to be playing house with them kids. He called this playing house, providing a roof over your children's head and taking care of your wife and your children. He called it playing house. That's what he called it. He said, it's not a man's place to do what my daddy did. He said my daddy wasn't supposed to do that. My daddy wasn't supposed to raise me and my daughter, me and my sister, and take care of my mom. That's what he said. He said my daddy was wrong. That's what he just said. And he's 21. And that's me around that age. And I was rougher, tougher, and all that. I got on a tailor-made suit. That man raised me. This boy ain't clean like me. Y'all think this boy clean like Pharaoh when Pharaoh was his age? Y'all think? I started driving Cadillacs when I was 14 years old with no license. Y'all think, look at me. Y'all think this boy today is any match for him. If it was him, me at this age, and him at that age, who you think got the upper hand? I'm just saying. This me at his age, I run circles around him. Because I had a good father and a good mother. We wasn't playing house. He calls it playing house. Raising a family, being a good father. He said, a man ain't got no time to be playing house. And I'm trying to figure it out because he ain't no man. He a boy. So I don't know why he's speaking what men's supposed to do. And he's 21 years old. Still eating Fruit Loops and playing video games. He ain't, you know what I'm saying? At 21 years, I guarantee you, I ain't trying to disrespect him because I got love for you, Greenwood. But I'm just telling you, at 21, I was more advanced than you when I was 14. because my father was playing house. I was way more. I could do way more than you. I already knew how to build porches, do carpentry and all that with my daddy. I was driving Buicks and Cadillacs at 14 with no license and no permit. They send me to the store to get whatever the family want from the Chinese restaurant or whatever, 14 years old. No license, no permit, and a brand new Cadillac, 4-door, the big one. 14. When we grew up, you know when we used to get our license? You get your license on your 16th birthday. That was tradition. You're old enough to drive at 16. On your 16th birthday, my daddy took me to DMV, get your license. He ain't had no license at 16. He called it playing house. Yeah, I started driving at 16. Go get the food. Remember, everybody ordered, got all the change. My daddy and them, you know how the family go and want to get some food from somewhere and they pull up? And I'm like 12, 11. My daddy ain't going there. Guess who got to go in there and order? Me. I got to go order everybody's food and bring it back. He ain't going. One time I went to get some food. They parked in the parking lot. I went in a place and ordered everybody food and came out. I had the bags. I had the money in my hand with the bags. When I got in the car, he said, boy, don't you ever walk out nowhere with your money in your hand. You fold your money up, you put it in your pocket. Somebody will knock you in your head and take that money. I learned this at 12, 13 years old. He watching me. He sent me in there, he watching me when I come out. He watching everything to see if I'm growing up, if I'm going to be a man. When I got in the car, he rolled me over that. Did I ever come out of anywhere since that day with any money in my hand still to the day? Put it in the chat. No. From that day, I never had no money in my hand because my daddy was playing house. One time, my daddy and my mom was going out. They wouldn't go out that much. Everywhere they went, all four of us went. Because they used to go to family functions. So if they go in a function, our whole family go. And when we get there, it's a whole bunch of families there. But this night, they might have been going to some award party at a job or something, and the kids can't go. And I probably was about 14, 15. So my mama dressed, she come downstairs, my daddy dressed, he hollered, Michael, come here. I go upstairs in the bedroom. He said, go in the closet and get that rifle out of there. I went and got the rifle. He said, go in the drawer, get them bullets. I went and got the bullets. He said, give me the rifle. I gave him the rifle. He said, now look. He said, he put the bullet in there. You see what I just did? He said, I'm going to do it again. He took it, he put the bullet in there. See what I did? And he gave me the rifle. I'm like 13, 14. He said, I go, no, boy, not like that. I didn't say like that. I did the way he showed me. He said, okay, then pull it out of there. Do it. Now do it again. I did it again. He said, I'll do it again. I did it again. He said, you got it? I said, yeah. He said, look, me and your mom finna go. If somebody outside that door, you lift this window and you shoot that son of a bitch. Then you call Smitty. His friend Smitty lived on the end of the block. Now, he didn't say call Mr. Smith first. He told me to shoot him. He said, if anybody outside this door, I want you to lift this window up because you got the view over top of them. I want you to point down there and shoot this son of a bitch and call Mr. Smith. And I wasn't old enough to drive yet. So I was like 13, 14. He called that playing house. Was my mother a gold digger? No. My mother worked for the government. My daddy worked for CTA. They both brought money into the house. The more the merrier. My mother didn't sit back and let him go to work. She went to work too. Because she didn't want him to go to work and she got to get money for him to do what she wanted to do. She wanted to have money. He got money. When I graduated out of high school, I graduated, I think they had on Saturday. I graduated. Come on. Sunday I get up, my mother say, Michael, come here. I go upstairs. You know what my mother tell me? Niecy coming to get you tomorrow. You finna work down there where she worked. What's the difference in that in this generation? Did my mama spend all summer? Boy, you need to go get a job. Boy, you need to do. No. Did my mama say, boy, you need to go get a job? Boy, no. You know what my mama said? Niecy coming to get you tomorrow. You finna work down there where she worked. It wasn't a multiple choice question. Now, what you think my attitude was when she said that? The difference between my generation and the young generation. When my mama say, Niecy coming to get you tomorrow, you finna work down there where she worked. You know what I was thinking? Yes. Finna give me some money. I was like, yeah. I wasn't like, work, don't work. She gonna come get me when? Boy, I was there with bells on. I'm finna go get me some money. Because my daddy had been taking me with him doing carpentry work, and I was making 800, 400, 600 over the weekend, helping him build porches. He knew what he was doing. Imagine you like a sophomore, freshman in high school, and you go with your daddy, and all he's saying is, give me that saw. Give me the level. Hold this right here. He doing all the work. But when he was to get the money, he'd give me like, if it's a one-day job, he'd give me like $400. I was rich. 1972, 73, $400 for a kid. 2-day job, he give me $800. He said my daddy was playing house. They never broke up. My mother would have never wanted to take his money or anything. This is what we got to bring back. Family. Man and woman together. You got to stop breaking up. And children help you stop breaking up. You get with a queen, have 2 children. Y'all should be fighting to stay together for them children. You should not want to split up away from these children. You should want to raise them. You women should not want to break up, get no child support from no man or no alimony. You're supposed to stay together. Now, if he leaves you, ladies, you got the right to make him take care of his children. If he don't want to take care of them of his own, then yeah, go get your child support. Get your alimony. If you're with a man and he's going to Hollywood and you with him and you cooking with him and you help him be an actor, you help him with sports, get the alimony. But if you met some dude that's in the NBA and you with him, he don't owe you half his money for what? What do you owe you? What did you do to enhance his career? Well, he owe you millions of dollars just because he rap and stuff, but you ain't helped the rapping, you ain't helped the singing or nothing. So he break up with you, he owe you what? Based off of what? Now, who want to marry a woman when you think she's going to take everything you got and she ain't add nothing to the table? If I'm an NBA player and I got a woman and she driving me to the games, and she coming to the practice, and you know what I'm saying, she with me all the time, yeah, I owe her because she helping me be a basketball player. But if I'm doing all that on my own and we get a divorce, I don't owe you nothing. The only way I owe you something if you got a child. But if you ain't got no child, I don't owe you no alimony for it. You're a grown ass woman. You better go work just like I've been working. You're gonna have to show some long support. That I was a doctor and you was my wife so many years, yes. To get alimony, you should have to be done put so many years in. You should not be with me for no 4, 5 years or 10 years to get no alimony. You have to show you've been with me 15, 20 years. Then, yeah, 5 years ain't no lot of time for no relationship. And I'm a doctor and I was married to you 5 years. What I owe you what? Now, if I'm a doctor and I marry you when I'm 35, right? I marry you when I'm 35. You stay with me till I'm 55. Yeah, I owe you. You was there. You was the backbone. You was the support. You was cooking dinner. You was doing all this stuff while I was working. I consider that a partner. I don't have no time, no problem breaking no bread off with you. You was a partner. But for alimony, there should have to be, it need to be clear, it need to be so many years that she was with you. She got to be with you a certain amount of years. Anything less than 10 years is ridiculous. I could see 10 years. And then the alimony should be based on how long she was with you. She was with you 10 years, you get this much. She with you 15 years, you get a little more. She with you 20 years more, like that. I could see that. But that's got to be fair. She don't get half of your money if she ain't on the court shooting. She just supposed to get enough money to be all right. So in Georgia, the minimum is 10 years before you receive any benefits. That's good. And then they should be low and they should go up with every year. One price for 10, 15, like that. That's good. And it can't be based off of how much I'm making. It's got to be based on how much she needs to survive. It can't be, okay, I made $100 million. It can't be based on how much I made. They got to make sure, why? It can't be based off of how much I made. I might have did extra stuff to do that. She don't get nothing I did extra to make more money. It should be legitimate. Not no just ridiculous gold digging. But a lot of men are afraid, so they don't want to have children and they don't want to get married because they're watching these gold diggers robbing these brothers. They're watching these athletes paying enormous amount of money to women, and then his career's over and he's broke because you're making him pay too much just because he played football, but he's going to have a long retirement. He needs that money for retirement. They retire early because how hard the sport is. And you want him, so what is he supposed to live off the rest of his life if he giving her all this money? Pretty soon, athletes are not going to marry. Period. No. They're not going to get married, and they're not going to want to get you pregnant. Why would you? Because at this point, you ain't going to be able to judge the woman. If you're with a woman and she can get a bag, how do you know if she loves you or not? You'll never know who loves you. How I know you love me? I'm a meal ticket. So yeah, you're going to do all this. You're going to be super sexy. Oh, boo, 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 boo. But the whole time it's a game. Because you know I got money. And you know you could get some of it. Soon, all the athletes are going to be single. They not going to get married. Movie stars, anybody rich, they're going to stop getting married.